Monica, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Can diplomacy solve this war, or is the moment not ripe yet for diplomacy to do that?
It's a great question, and what I would say is diplomacy can help, but at this point, it doesn't seem as if the Russian Federation under Vladimir Putin is ready to negotiate. He's still staying pretty firm of what he wants, which is a neutralized, demilitarized, denazified Ukraine. And then on the Ukrainian side, they're not going to want to roll over. They're actually doing quite well in this war. So diplomacy, where we're going to see it, is in signaling. And I think that's what you're seeing with President Biden today in Europe, signaling very clearly that NATO, the European partners, and the United States are fully aligned in this. So at this point, so long as Russia believes that it can still prevail to some extent on the battlefield, and the Ukrainians understand that they're pushing them back and keeping them at bay, I fear that we're not going to see a diplomatic entree in the next couple of days.
I guess wars end sometimes in surrender, sometimes in negotiated ceasefires. It sounds, as you just said, as though the Ukrainians are in no mood, nor do they seem in anywhere close to a position where they'd be forced to surrender. So I guess then the best possible outcome in the medium term would be some sort of ceasefire in place for the time being. I mean, is it a kind of land for peace solution, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're absolutely right. And I've been saying this since the get-go because of the level of destruction, the harm to non-combatants, and let's not forget the harm to soldiers, right? On both sides. I mean, this is a particularly deadly war. We have 5 generals dead on the battlefield. We haven't seen those kinds of numbers. That's on the Russian side. Those kinds of numbers since World War II. This is a big conflict with armored vehicles, tanks, aircraft, surface-to-surface missiles, surface-to-air missiles, and the destruction of industrialized modern cities. And so at this point, neither side really does believe that it's not going to prevail. The Ukrainians, at least, to push the Russians out. And then, of course, the Russians, what they're trying to do is to get as much land as they possibly can so that when a ceasefire is called, they will have longer lines, right? Longer extended lines and control of more territory that they possibly, we don't know yet, can then negotiate away. It's pretty clear. They want a land bridge from Crimea up through the Donbass and Luhansk areas, but they do keep pushing west, and then of course they're encircling Kyiv, and it's a question of what they're going to do in Lviv. So a ceasefire would be terrific, but at this point, what each side is trying to do is to maximize where they control the land, the territory, so that when a ceasefire comes, if it becomes permanent, then there's something more to negotiate. Of course, the Ukrainians don't want to give anything up. I suspect the Russians will have to give something up. But in any event, a ceasefire would be great because it would stop the killing and the destruction at this point. But it doesn't appear to be the case that either side is ready for it.